This is Art and Soul of the City, where we feature the diverse talents in our local region. This week, Art and Soul presents spoken word artist Victor Brown and musical guest Hanson.
We are here with the self-described street mayor of Fort Wayne.
Oh,
Mr.
you
Victor
please,
Brown.
wait, hold up.
Mayor.
Hold up.
In the arts community
We have to stop this right now. There was no self-described anything. I've never
No, he doesn't
ever
self-describe.
said that.
He's not, I take that back, not self-described, but he can be regarded as the mayor of Fort Wayne and sometimes Indianapolis too. If he ran for a campaign, I'm pretty sure Victor Brown would win.
No,
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Doing all right. I mean, you do so much in entertainment, have contributed a lot. You're an emcee, a poet, a rapper. Sometimes you're teaching classes over at the Urban League. You do so much and wear so many different hats. Of all those titles, what's your favorite task that you do?
Oh boy, it can't be just really one thing. I would say my favorite things to do, writing, one of my favorite, teaching and working with kids, that's right up there too. And then emceeing shows and being able to talk about other people who just won't speak about it themselves.
And he's also an event planner because every week you do a show right here at CS3.
That's not event planning. I know people who have certifications in that. I'm not event planning.
But you have to plan who your guests will be.
I'm hosting a show. That's about it.
Party planner, maybe we can call you that. I don't know.
I'm hosting a show.
One of the things that's unique about you is when someone gives you titles, you kind of want to shy away from it, but you're one of the more prolific brothers around here in Fort Wayne. As an artist, I mean, you do so many different things, and a lot of folks have come through your show that you host, even though you don't call it an event thing, and they've been able to go that next step further because they came here and, you know, they belt out a song or they do a poem and it gives them inspiration to go further. What was the motivation to get you started in doing a Wednesday Night Hype?
Well, the motivation was doing, like, as far as on the poetry scene, I go way back to the Starlight days here in Fort Wayne. And I was brought up under Michelle, what up, Robin Lucas? You know, you're one of my mentors. So that actually really helped get me into the emceeing game. The music game, as far as like on a broader scale than Fort Wayne, that would have to go to Mrs. Reeves, who really helped put me out there as well when I used to rap full time. And that helped get me started. And because of that, that's why I get to do a lot of things that I do now.
When it comes to this rap tip, but watch a brother sweat when deciphering tax tips. Meaning to run the street takes less skill than running your life. Like chasing tail takes less skill than keeping your wife. So much to learn, and the more I learn, the less I understand. The less I understand, the more I need to put it in God's hands. Put in a stance to YARP in reverse. Blessings dispersing, all you had to do was ask and rehearse. Communication is the key, that's why my pen is my tongue, paper is my mouth. Now watch your eyes turn to ears, and once you start to hear, pass around to your peers and see the lessons life has brought to the front from the rear. Yeah.
So what message or what would you tell the person in Fort Wayne that's sitting at home right now when they say that there's nothing to do in Fort Wayne?
Well, there's plenty to do. It's just we have to be willing to support our city. I think that's about the first and foremost. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, can I be just bluntly honest?
That's what we hope.
One thing that I see a lot around town is like, a lot of people don't want to share in the joy. And that's why it's like I'm one of the spots where when you do a feature night here at CS3 on Wednesdays, all my features get paid. And the biggest thing, the energy behind it as well. If the energy behind it is sincere, then you'll always find an avenue to prosper.
Now, going with the popularity of your Wednesday Night Hype, there's times that you do a few Saturday shows. Or how often do you do those shows?
Well, I would say this particular year, I'm doing them every other month. Doing either a Friday night show or a Saturday night show. I even have certain theme shows, like I have a Hearts of Visionaries. One of the things that I put up is you have to respect everybody's hustle, even if you may not like what they're putting out, because the worst artist with a deal still has to work 10 times harder than the best artist without one.
Right.
People don't realize how much work goes into this, and people don't realize how much energy gets put into their art. That's why I'm so grateful when people get up on the microphone and just are willing to even share that and share a piece of themselves.
Thank you.
Enjoy a quiet, comfortable stay at the Best Western Luxbury Inn. You will be rewarded with a great night's sleep in our newly renovated rooms. Our friendly staff and great service won't leave you feeling homesick. We offer a full, complimentary hot breakfast. The Best Western Luxbury Inn. Once you stay, you won't want to go anywhere else. In Fort Wayne at exit 102, off I-69.
Hello?
Is this Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
This is JRJ Collections. This call is being recorded for quality assurance. We've attempted to contact you on several occasions without any success. If your account is not settled in full today, we will garnish your wages and freeze your bank accounts. You will be responsible for all court costs. The date for a reduced settlement has passed. This matter must be resolved. You can pay by credit card, debit, or check by phone.
Hey.
This is your last chance.
Don't call me again. I filed with Styles.
Styles.
Styles Law Office. Bankruptcy attorney.
Oh, I love Snickers.
Awesome.
I think it's great. There's tons of laughs.
It's great.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Oh, we love Snickers time, bud.
Oh, I love Snickers. I'm always here.
We love it. Oh, I think it's great. It's the best thing happened in Fort Wayne.
It's hilarious.
Oh, it was wonderful. My face hurts.
We had a lot of fun.
I've been to a lot of comedy places in the country, and the Snickers has to be probably one of the best.
Seriously, Snickers? Best place in Fort Wayne to go.
Come out to Snickers. It's where it's at.
Everybody knows Snickers.
Evolve Spa, a place where tranquility and peace fill the air, where your mind, body, and spirit will evolve from a hot stone massage, Polynesian pedicure, or herbal sachet massage. But there's so much more to experience at Evolve, and we know you'll want to share it with friends and family. So take an hour-long vacation, and before you leave, be sure to take a gift card home, or log on to evolvespa.net, and we'll send them a gift card for you. Evolve Spa, a place like no other, just down the road from Jefferson Point.
Welcome back to Art and Soul of the City with special guest Victor Brown.
You have selected several Wednesdays and several other shows where right here at CS3 that is for teens. So I want to talk about some of those shows?
Yes, like I said, doing things with the Urban League, and then doing a few Wednesday shows up here where I can bring in kids who are under 21 and want to get on the microphone and share. And I've just, I get to be just blown away a lot when I get to see some of them. Was it Brandon Neal got up here, Terrence Jackson got up on there. Those are just a couple, and there are so many more. There was a young man who was either like 9, 10, or 11, got up and did the song Eye of the Tiger. Now you can picture when that song came out.
Right.
Okay, and here is, a preteen who knows the words and was willing to get on the mic and share that because that song gave them some good energy. When I get to see things like that, you can't put a price on that.
Right.
You can't.
Now, you do something similar, like I was asking you about when you would rap to whatever band was behind you. But on your shows, you kind of do something where you lay down just a beat and you'll have a few rappers on open mic and you just have them rap to it. Is that something that you'd like to see these kids and other artists develop a little bit more to be able to be spontaneous and improvise?
Well, that's more or less just like a fun exercise. It's called like off the dome freestyling. And it's just, you get up there and it's just, being able to do anything to any beat. Like I remember I actually had to do, when I rapped full time, I did contests where whatever they played, you had to do something to, whether you liked the beat or didn't like the beat, you had to do something to it, and you had to be good in order to win any of them. And but when we do that up here, it's strictly for fun basis. You know, I don't know. I'm a big energy type person, and when the energy's good, everyone's happy. Right. I wish everybody could feel that, even if it's just once in their life, and you can't top it. I always say I'm a lucky dude because I do associate with a bunch of talented people. Even my friend Miss KYM, get to do different things with her. There's like a group, She a cappella, and do like poetry and music, doing that as well.
So it's almost fair to say that you're kind of like T-Pain around here. You've been showing up in videos and other people's albums and CDs. Vic is probably it's fair to say that you're probably one of the more sought after rappers to guest appear on an album.
Really?
I can think of seeing you in YouTube videos with Terrell in at least 3 or 4 projects, and that's not even counting Leah C. Coley projects. So when you were saying that when you used to do rap full time, you're still out there pretty good, I would have to say.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Is there anything that we missed or anything that you want to tell folks, advise folks on 411?
Let's see. Always be true to yourself. Be honest about your art, because if they can tear that down, then they'll be able to tear you down. Don't try to get on a mic or a stage and be something that you're not. Anything in the entertainment industry is very hard because they will tear you down 12 times faster than they build you up. Okay. But if you are yourself, they can't tear that down. Because if you're yourself, they have to respect it. And it goes back to the beginning. It's always that respect.
And you probably thought I would forget about this, but 15-second verse.
Wow. I thought we were about to wrap up the show. Let's see, here we go. This is something for fun here. I drop bars that thunder the barbarians, turning internet thugs to merrymen, carrying my city on my back, not because I was given the torch, because I had pride saying that I live in the fort of fire rhymes, try to dip and get scorched like coke, pure and refined to have your whole block killing the snort. Man, he ill and he short is what haters say, but then they fall back because all they shooting the fadeaways. Day-to-day intelligence inclines, I sit and speak sick lines, permanent resident because no one can evict mine. I'm smooth with the words, known to chill with and kiss dimes and care less whether or not you thinking you big time. VIC, the illest individual thus far. The illest line they ever said to me was just subpar, while I flow like air flows through the trees, or like smoke exits the body and enters the breeze.
Finances in a wreck? Don't let creditors take over your life. Save your house and all that you've worked so hard for. Free consultation, payment plans, evening and weekend appointments. Call Jeff Arnold, 1-888-600-LAWS for good help fast.
Stop in and see the latest arrivals in new and consignment furniture at Cherished Again and Discount Mattress Outlet. Whether you're needing furniture for your home or office, shop Cherished Again and save 50 to 80%. Located at 230 East Collins Road. Stop in and save now.
Calhoun Street Soup, Salads, and Spirits, better known as CS3 and one of downtown's best-kept secrets, is quickly becoming the destination for homemade soups, salads, and scrumptious entrees from a versatile menu that caters to the pickiest diner. CS3's Tiger Room growls with music from the best local bands that make even the big city clubs envious. Next time you're at a Tin Caps game, the Embassy Theater, or just looking for a great lunch, dinner, or night out, make CS3 your final destination. Calhoun Street Soup, Salads, and Spirits. Shh, still downtown's best-kept secret.
Hello?
Is this Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
This is JRJ Collections. This call is being recorded for quality assurance. We've attempted to contact you on several occasions without any success. If your account is not settled in full today, we will garnish your wages and freeze your bank accounts. You will be responsible for all court costs. The date for a reduced settlement has passed. This matter must be resolved. You can pay by credit card, debit, or check by phone.
Hey.
This is your last chance.
Don't call me again. I filed with Styles.
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 Styles Law Office. Bankruptcy attorney.
Art and Soul of the City presents musical guest trio Hanson.
Majic 95.1 has brought Hanson to town. It's been 10 years since you guys have been here, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I think that's right, yeah.
It's been a while. Now, before I even go on script and ask questions, I want to know the secret to how you guys have been able to maintain it going, because all the other boy band groups that have come, they've broken up. I mean, granted, you guys are brothers, but you're keeping it together. Unlike the Jacksons, where one of you just like, hey, I'm gonna do my own thing, you know.
Well, I mean, the Jacksons had a pretty good run. I don't think we need, but I mean, with us, we were just always a band that got lucky to have success early. I mean, when we broke out on the first record, we were so young. I think there was an initial assumption that it was a little bit more novelty, just because people don't expect a little less organic. Like really this is real, exactly. You know. But we just were like, wow, we've had amazing success on the first major record we've put out. But it was never like, cool, let's cash in and let's get out of here.
I think the key to sticking together is just the realization that it can so easily be lost, you know, and I think where artists go wrong is sort of assuming that by their own willpower, you know, they can control the masses to buy their records, you know, and it's really a gift that you're given by fans, you know. You have to earn that trust with people to say, I'm worth the money and the time that you're going to invest in listening to my music and coming to my concerts, and if you keep that in mind, I think it keeps you humble and it keeps you working hard.
Now, you guys are on your own label now, and that, if I remember correctly, was that 2G3, CG3?
3CG.
3CG.
Three-car garage.
See,
when we first
ADD.
formed the label, somebody said, is that three cute guys? We're like, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Now, you guys do a lot of traveling, and each one of you are fathers and husbands.
Yeah.
Does your family travel with you a lot, or do you travel without them and get like the separation anxiety, or does that help keep the marriage going?
I think being on the road is it can be hard sometimes. In the summertime, especially as our kids have gotten old enough to be in school, that's sort of been the time where you can take them out with you, you know, constantly. But I think you just try and balance it. You know, you take the moments when you get them, and having family is an amazing thing. And we have a great job in many senses because we're our own bosses. You know, we run our label, we run all the marketing, all the stuff that we do. So in a lot of ways, we can kind of make time when it's necessary, and at the same time,
we can't ever make time because there's no one else to blame.
Yeah,
right.
We can't
Tell our wives that. They'll look at you. They'll look at you and go, yeah, they don't ever have time.
Our joke is we would be, you know, doing this whether we were, you know, busking on the street or, you know, in a bar or in an arena, or, you know, it's part of who we are, and so they love the music and they support us in doing it.
I think part of it is also the context. We met all of our wives while we were on the road, and so on some level or another, it kind of helps the context.
Like,
they understand.
So you mean you met your wives on the road, because there's going to be a lot of upset women that's thinking like, why didn't you pick us? You know.
We used to tell people from, you know, fans would ask, well, would you ever date a fan? I was like, yeah, we would. We all, in some ways, met our wives through being a band and making music and traveling, and so there's all, you know, different stories to each one, but
it's not extraordinarily cliche, but it gets close.
Your flow.
Art and Soul of the City is Fort Wayne's hottest locally produced entertainment show on Fox Fort Wayne.
I would just sing. I would go up there and I would sing, and that's what I enjoy to do.
Next Saturday, Art and Soul of the City presents Fort Wayne singer Zaya. That's Art and Soul of the City every Saturday at 12:30, right here on Fox Fort Wayne.
One of the world's top party destinations has brought you the best in entertainment to Fort Wayne, Indiana for 22 awesome years.
For a long time.
How many people experienced Korn, Nickelback, Snoop Dogg, Godsmack, 311, LL Cool J, Disturbed, Papa Roach, Sugarland, Tesla, Keith Sweat, and more than 1,000 other tremendous artists, all up close and personal, the Pierre's way. To check out upcoming concerts and events at Pierre's, surf the web straight to itstheparty.com.
Salads and Spirits, better known as CS3, and one of downtown's best kept secrets, is quickly becoming the destination for homemade soups, salads, and scrumptious entrees from a versatile menu that caters to the pickiest diner. CS3's Tiger Room growls with music from the best local bands that make even the big city clubs envious. Next time you're at a Tin Caps game, the Embassy Theater, or just looking for a great lunch, dinner, or night out, make CS3 your final destination. Calhoun Street Soup, Salads, and Spirits. Shh, still downtown's best kept secret.
Needing new furniture or wanting to sell yours? Shop, buy, or sell your pre-owned quality furniture today at Cherished Again. Call for details or stop in and see the large selection of furniture at Cherished Again, 230 East Collins Road.
Finances in a wreck? Don't let creditors take over your life. Save your house and all that you've worked so hard for. Free consultation, payment plans, evening and weekend appointments. Call Jeff Arnold, 1-888-600-LAWS for good help fast.
Welcome back to Art and Soul of the City featuring Hanson.
Now, before we go into the new album, just real quick, I just want to know what's the biggest horror story that you've experienced on the road or in this music business?
Biggest horror story?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on how you define horror stories. I mean, there's been scary situations that are in some ways kind of amazing situations, like having, showing up in situations where you've got thousands of fans, but you find yourself literally having to, to leave before you can even do anything, because places like Indonesia, I remember way back when, one of the scarier situations was a show in Indonesia where there were about 5,000 people that showed up to a place that could hold less than 1,000, and literally was like, okay, we've got to get out of here because they're running.
It was actually kind of like a show, almost kind of like this kind of environment where
just like a little show that was supposed to be a promo show that turns into, okay, we literally need to escape. Because the van is being surrounded by fans, and then 5,000 fans as the van is trying to drive, literally rocking. We had people get run over, not quite run over, but almost run over by those kind of same situations. But then there's this stuff like being on stage and it's raining outside and instruments are turning off and on and speakers are blowing up, and you're like, I probably shouldn't be standing shouldn't be standing because everything else is off. We've had crazy stuff like that too. So I don't know. We've been lucky to have a lot of experiences.
So Shout It Out, that's the newest album?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right, and a single that's been played on Magic 95.1, which was so gracious enough to bring you all here in town. What's the single entitled?
The song's called Give a Little.
Give a Little?
It's the follow-up to the first single, which is called Think About Something. And, the whole record has a little bit more of a throwback feel to it, a little bit more retro. This one's a little bit more of a kind of classic pop, like 60s pop song. And, there's also kind of a theme to the record of just kind of letting loose. I mean, it's definitely a record that was recorded very live, very kind of off the cuff, and that doesn't mean we don't obsess over every ounce of it. But there's something about playing the music together, and we've recorded most of the record in one room where you set up, rehearse it, and play it like you would in a live setting. And a lot of records these days are not made that way. So I think you feel that when you hear the song. And there's also
energy.
Yeah, there's a good energy to it. Yeah. There's a lot of horn arrangements on there too.
Jerry Hay, who worked with Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, amongst others. I mean, a lot of stuff. Earth, Wind, and Fire, and many others. Are a very long list. We got him involved in the end of the album process, and he put horns on "Give a Little," put horns on the song "Think About Something," which was a single last year, and other things like that. So it's been really cool to have the opportunity to play this music with that kind of context.
Kind of bridge the gap between a lot of. We've always talked about classic rock and roll and soul music. I mean, every interview we've done for the last whatever many years, that's if somebody asks where we got started listening to music and wanting to be a band, it was hearing classic soul music like Otis Redding and Aretha Franklin and bands like the Beatles
Jackson
and
5.
Jackson 5. And so I think that's always been in the music, but in a lot of ways I think this record is probably the most connected to that music of a record that we've made.
I would actually say even more so than even the first record.
Yeah,
the first record had more similarities to some of that stuff, and I think part of it also too was our age and voices and things like that. It kind of people immediately were like, oh, Jackson 5 kind of stuff because it had that kind of quality. It was soulful pop. It was things like that. But for us, I think this record definitely makes, as you said, the strongest connections to our most significant inspirations as far as music is concerned.
You're definitely inspired by everything around you, though. So.
Right. And we've got to get going because it looks like you got a few hundred fans that want to come in here. I want to thank y'all so much on behalf of Art and Soul of the City and Majic 95.1 for coming out. Yeah. And always, if y'all can do something for 10 seconds, harmonize together just to send us out.
Sure. Thinking about something is probably easier to do, as a clip.
I've been thinking about something.
1, 2, 3.
I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you.
Art and Soul of the City.
See your pretty quips. Did you leave you frozen with the rope? What's chosen? You gotta show why she can't resist.